Welcome to Stringman Guitars. We have a different animal in the shop today. We have a 1982 Fender Made in America Bullet. It's in pretty good shape except for some rust on the screws, a little bit of bubbling on the metal pickguard, and of course you got the nasty truss rod adjustment down here instead of up there. But otherwise, according to the owner, it plays. Just he needs the action adjusted, and the original bridge saddles. Notice this is metal, so that's the back of your bridge there. The original bridge saddles had really corroded up. And okay, before we get started, the first thing we're going to try is see if it makes the right kind of noise. Okay, no noise in the pots. I don't like that. That could be just some cleaner, but we'll deal with that later. Let's see what our action's like. You know, you try, there it is. You try to get your workspace ready, and sometimes you fail. So we're looking for 12 thousandths at the 7th fret, and we've got about 16. So it needs to get needs a truss rod adjustment. Let's see about our string height, which will change, but yeah, we're at 6,000, 6, 6, 6, 4, 4, and also if you notice, get this thing to focus in here, the saddles are all kind of cattywampus. You want each one level because you don't want it riding on one side or the other, which throws your string spacing off. So let's get cracking. So what I've got is, I'll show you in a minute, I've got some surgical tubing. It's holding the strings in place just above the nut, and then I also have a capo holding the strings on at the 1st fret, because we're going to try to do this without burning a set of strings. These things, if you look them up on Reverb, they're anywhere between $500 for something in good shape to $1,100 for something in great shape. This is something that I would be tempted to send to Fender to have a total redo from their shop. Alright, so neck pocket nice and easy. Push the body out of the way. We don't need that right now. And see what we did to keep the strings in spot. So we're actually going to lose the capo. Get out the measuring tool and make the neck straight. Flathead screwdriver, we need our notch, straight edge, the long guitar scale. Let's take a look and see where we're sitting there. Okay, so yeah, it's already bowed. I'm using a 4/1000 gauge. Yeah, we come up here and they're hitting, so it is back. It's got a little bit of bow to it, so we're going to straighten it out. Let's hope the truss rod lottery works. It works. Put about a quarter of a turn in there. Come back and see what happened. Once again, sorry for my shaking, but I think that's straightened it out. Yeah. Yeah, on the back of the neck it says December 3rd of 1982. Alright. Get the F pointed in the right direction. It's weird that these screws are threaded in the back of the body. You know, actually in the body there's the original threads. So many guitars you get in here and they don't have, there it is, it just, you know, you can drop the screws through the body to the neck, and this actually just goes right down all the way. So not going to tighten it down all the way yet. Why don't I use my powered screwdriver? No. Because I don't want to. I prefer to have the feel of the screwdriver. I was working on an Aria Pro, sorry, for you purists. Aria Pro in my early days, and using the electric screwdriver to take one of the neck screws out. And sure as heck, it made that cheap screw. And you gotta remember, this is a current Aria Pro, made in China. Current 10 years ago, let's say. So anyhow, I'm taking the screws off, and wouldn't you know it, the cheap screw got so hot that it snapped off. Like, that's not cool. Alright, so I'm going to put some guitar grease under these string trees. So they don't mess up the existing strings. You say just put these strings on when he changed out the saddles, so just try to keep these the original strings so he doesn't have to go buy another set right away. For those of you that don't know, these little brushes I use for the that I use to do the guitar grease, lube this stuff up. They're just, I buy them at Hobby Lobby, they're like $5. They're just felt brushes. Allow you to get this stuff into tight places. When I do run out of guitar grease, I'm probably going to buy some of that nasty sounding, what do they call it, nut sauce. I mean, how do you even get to market with that name? Nut sauce. Well, evidently it really works on especially guitars that have trims. Alright, come back here, do the saddles. It's good to lube any place the string makes contact. Just helps your tuning it, stability, helps everything involved. Okay, so next, the reason I don't tighten the neck saddle or the neck screws all the way up is because whenever you don't have any string tension on it, when you put string tension on it, it wants to pull the neck further into the pocket. So as long as you got them snug, then you can tighten them down and you're good to go. That's making me mad. It could just be the string height or whatever, or the whatever. Alright, let's take some measurements now that we have it back together. The capo. And what we're looking for here is between 10 and 12 thousandths of relief at the 7th fret. And we are right at 12. And let's see where our string height is. That's where it went up. Oh, it's because I adjusted the saddles, dummy. Okay, we want them to be down to 4/64. So let's take them down. Okay, after a bunch of messing around, these saddles are nearly, screws are nearly too short for these saddles based on this scale. So I'm not sure where he got these, but the screws for every one of these saddles is a little bit into the barrel, and on the high E string is probably about 3/4 of the way through the barrel, and we're sitting at about 5/64 here, down to around the G string. Let's see. it's like 4.5 64ths, and it's 4 64ths, and it's 4 64ths. In order to get this intonated, I had to bring the string up on these three, but it's just a 64th of an inch, and it still looks like it's darn playable. I just want to make sure that we don't have any string buzz. Now there is buzz on these saddles because the barrels are lighter than the originals. That's probably done for a reason. And because of the length of the screws, there is some buzzing happening down here. But let's see. A little buzz there. The G wants to choke out. And as we get closer up here, there's the E again, or the G again. You hear that rattling? That's these. That rattling? That's the saddle. This is brass. And those could go down. Let's see if they work. Oh boy. Yep, they work. Going the wrong way, Vic. He has new screws for these, but he wants to keep it as original as possible, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, that's good. Too high. Just right. And come around to the next smaller size. Come on, there we go. Straight and way too high. You know what? I'm gonna have to let me get a bigger screwdriver. There we go. Somebody tried to turn this with a screwdriver that was too small, and it's not what it wanted to do. She's turning now. Too much. Okay, perfect. Alright, we're going to let it sit overnight. Oh, one thing I wanted to do to see if that obnoxious rattling sound. Does that come through the amp? No, it doesn't come through the amp, so that's peachy keen. I would suggest, however, did go out and buy some longer springs so these compress and also eliminate the I mean, you're right on the edge for this to fall right off because of the screw being so short. Everything is riding where I want to ride, with the exception of this is weird. Like I said, these are definitely not the right, they're not the correct saddles. But they're not rocking back and forth like they used to. Okay, that's back in intonation. Still not quite right. Gotta remember to push the screw through the hole. Right. There we go. Okay. We're set up. All the controls work. Intonation and saddles are as good as they're going to get for what they are. String height on the pickups. String height, we're at, like I said, about 5/64ths. And we ease our way down to 4/64 on the B string, and that's just the way that's got to be. We're going to let it sit and acclimate to what's been done to it. It's pretty much done here. We'll come back and check it in the morning, and I'll decide whether I want to make the neck a little flatter and see what happens. Check that. The bow is not, it looks like where it's supposed to be. String action is definitely playable. And let me see if I fix that annoying hold on to your headphones. Too shaky to play. not choking. You hear it's ringing in the amp. I think I'm gonna leave that unless it changes overnight. So y'all be good. Take care of each other, and have yourself a great weekend. See you later.